Hey guys, this is Brian from Nintendo Game Point Plus, and I'm sorry if I didn't say that in the last video, but I say it now, so I hope you guys remember. Uh, Alright, so Bethesda, their conference just happened right now, along with Devolver Digital. Here, actually, right now, I'll just give a quick thing for Devolver Digital. They had 3 games. They look cool. I don't care about the rest of their press conference because literally the rest was a joke. It wasn't that varied on funniness. Devolver Digital was okay. That's it. Alright, fine. Let's get to the real thing. Bethesda. They have some announcements. Including some for this thing. I like this thing. I love this thing. So, yay. Let's talk about these announcements. But first, before we talk about the announcements, let's talk about the best diss track I will ever hear on the E3 stage. Because when they started, Tom Howard came up. They were about to talk about Rage 2, and before he did, he wanted to mention the great friends at Walmart Canada, who announced the game before they planned to. Oh gosh, that was funny. That was funny. I love it when E3 conferences can just talk, just have fun with themselves and talk, even about sometimes. Let's just love that they can take a situation like that and make it light, and just make it light and funny. We went into Rage 2. Actually, scratch that. We didn't immediately go into Rage 2 yet. We had Andrew WK Rock Band, and they did the Rage 2 song from that, and oh gosh, I did not expect. You know what? Okay, here's a brief top 10 things I didn't expect at E3 ever. Andrew WK Rock group singing the song. I mean, that was awesome. Oh god, that was cool. But anyway, to the game itself. We got to see some legit gameplay from it. We see it's this open world shooter. Basically, it's the open full world of Fallout with the gameplay and hectic shooting of Doom. You smush them together, you have Rage 2. It looks really cool, and so bright and colorful, so much neon colors, guys. And it was really cool. We saw a little gameplay, we saw you battling some other random dudes, we saw you battling some robots, you got this new power from a spaceship that you just called down, and it just came down, because, spaceships acting like that, y'all. Science. We got a little more of the story, how a meteor came down to Earth, killed almost pretty much everyone, 80% of the population, and now it's just this world of crazy people, and you're probably one of the only sane people. And yeah, that's Rage 2. They gave it a release date timing of spring 2019. Awesome, cool, great job, but I was satisfied. Awesome. Next, we went to Elderscrolls Legends. They talked about, hey, we're giving an update, we're giving a graphics overhaul. The update's available now. Also, they announced the console. It's announced getting console versions, and the first console. No Switch. Now this, they said the Switch, Xbox One, and PS4 versions aren't going to come out till the fall, but it's still cool. We are getting we're getting a console version of Elderscrolls Legends, the card game, on Switch. I knew it would happen. At first I was kind of I don't know, they might keep that on mobile, but Switch is kind of the perfect example of the perfect, the perfect exception. But then it just said, well, we'll just put it on all consoles. So that's really cool. I'm glad it's not only just coming to Switch, I'm glad it's coming to all consoles. Great. Awesome. I love that Bethesda is showing support for both Nintendo and Switch, and also just other. I just love the interconnecting. Get to that in a second. Next up, they talked about Elder Scrolls Online Somerset. They have some new DLC coming later this year, and yeah, some new DLC. We got werewolves and another interesting adventure. They showed a little trailer showing off different types of adventures, and you know what? That's pretty much it. They, of course, thank the fans because that game's really popular. Yeah, that's kind of pretty much it, because that's pretty much all they showed. Cool. Next up, teaser for Doom 2. Doom Eternal. At first, you were in hell on Mars. Now, you're in hell on Earth. Now, you have the whole world. Oh gosh. Yeah. You thought Mars was bad. Let's see what those kooky scientists. Oh god, that's a whole video in itself. But yes, Doom Eternal is now coming out soon. This is the sequel to 2016's Doom, and they said they aren't showing. They showed the teaser here, but they're going to show more at QuakeCon, which is basically their convention for showing off Quake and all those and that game and that big competition. So they're going to show more later there. Okay, it's their event, so no freaking doubt. But it was really cool to know that this exists. They didn't give a release date for this one, but it's okay. You know what? I like this. I like the teaser that showed. They talked about saying there's going to be some new demons, this interesting new world to explore. Because now, at first you were just on like Mars, and there's so much you could do with the barren red planet. Now you're on Earth. There's a lot you can do on Earth. I think. I don't know. Well, obviously they can. But yeah, Doom Eternal, it sounds interesting. I like the idea of now you're on, like, I love the idea just from the environment itself. I like kind of, we got a little teaser of some new different demons rising up, so that was cool. Up next, Quake Champions. Now, here's where I get a little mixed. They showed a teaser. They didn't give a release date. They did say there's a demo for PC, and you can go on like PC and, you know, you can sign up for demo, and if you sign up within a certain time, you get to keep the demo for as long as you want, even after the demo ends. Cool. We saw some more characters. We saw a raptor creature. We saw freaking army guy with cannons on his shoulders. We saw punk Harley Quinn and death guy with metal face. That's how I call them. But anyway, they did look cool. I did like we got these really cool, interesting characters. We saw a little more of the gameplay. I like how each of them are different, use different weapons and styles of fighting. It's kind of like Smash Brothers for shooters. Cool. Quake, there's, like I said, the demo. We still don't have a release date on the normal game. Should have known. They say they're going to talk more about it at QuakeCon, I think. But, yeah. Quake Champions. It exists. That's pretty much what this came to say. It still exists. We're still working on it. You can get the demo. Great. That's all. Let's move on. Prey. Here's the stuff. We have there's free updates. Well, story mode. They've got new mode plus. They've got tons of new stuff coming to Prey, that game. They also have two other big DLC stuff. They have the new Moon Crash DLC, where this time you're on the moon, and it's this game mode where you start on the moon, and every time you do it, it's different. So at one point you go up, like you're going up these stairs. At first it might look normal, and then there'd be a little creature attacking you. The other time you go up, the stairs might be on fire, and you have to put out the fire, and then you go around the corner, it might be another creature, or it might not be. Either way, every time you play this mode, it's going to be different. Sometimes creatures will be on this side of the map, sometimes will be over here, sometimes you're going to die to robots, sometimes you're going to die to the mimics. It gets crazy. That was really cool. That also was really cool. I do like premises like that. Like, it's always changing. You never know what's going to happen. Really cool. I'm glad they did that. Then they announced their second DLC mode, Typhon Hunter, coming later. Oh yeah, Moon Crash. You can get it right now. Moon Crash is available right now. Jeez, I'm saying that a lot in these press conferences. You can get it right now. Weird. Typhon Hunter. They announced this DLC mode. They didn't show anything, but they did say the premise, and that is that it's a multiplayer game, and instead of just simple battle, it's one person's normal. The other players are the creatures known as the mimics. The mimics in the game, which can take the form and shape of anything. They can take the form and shape of anything. They can take the form and shape of this Sharpie, of my phone, of my Nintendo Switch, Okay, it wasn't announced for Switch, but it was sitting right here, and it's not coming to Switch. I'm not confusing you, but yeah, Typhon Hunter. That I love that premise already. So that's all the stuff they had for Prey. Then they talked about Wolfenstein 2. A reminder that it's coming to Wolfenstein 2. The game is coming to Switch, and they announced the new Wolfenstein game that takes place in the future with BJ Blazkowicz's twin daughters. It's called Wolfenstein Youngblood, and they're in Paris, and they're going to have to take back Paris from the Nazis. Also, I'd just like to point out in this press conference, they dropped so many F-bombs about Nazis. And you're kind of wondering, well, on one hand, you don't have to drop as many F-bombs, but on the other hand, you talk about the Nazis, so it's okay. Wolfenstein Youngblood comes out 2019. Looks cool. That looks interesting. I like the premise of it. At first, I kind of just thought it was going to be DLC, but hey, cool. I'm glad they showed it. They then also went into a small VR segment. They talked about how Prey and all of that was going to be in VR, and Wolfenstein VR game, a new Wolfenstein VR game where you're in I forgot what it's called. Brain fart moment. I forgot what it's called. I just noticed it was Wolfenstein VR. You're in a ship. Oh, now I remember. You are this hacker who's hacking Nazi robots and all of their technology, and you are able to use it against them. So that is really cool. I love hackers in anything. I just love hackers. This is why I really hope Watch Dogs comes to Switch. Come on, Ubisoft. I know you're doing tomorrow. Okay. Stuff that stuff out of the way. Todd Howard came on Fallout 76. Basically, Fallout 76 is the first Fallout. I said this back in my press conference, Xbox press thoughts. It's where basically, this is the story of the first Fallout. Before all the other ones, this is the first one, and you are the first people out of this world. And now you're exploring this world by yourself. You're hanging out. You're building your own bases. You're learning for the first time, because this is the first time you're going to be doing all this stuff. And they also announced the game is all online. Like, when you play with friends and you play with other people, you're going to be doing this all together, and you don't know what people are going to do. Pretty much what they're saying is, guess what? We let you in this world, you do what you want. Enemies, there's still going to be some enemies. There's still going to be some type of AI, obviously. But when it comes to people, there's no AI people. There's no really AI people. It's you. You are the people. Every person you meet is a real person. And what you do is up to you. You want to shoot people down? Shoot them down. You want to bring people in? Make some friends. You want to nuke them? Fine, go ahead, nuke them. We don't care. This is our social experiment. You could make the fire festival. Yeah, that's not making this dated. But yeah, they announced all the interesting stuff you can do. You can build different types of forts and take it with you. When you play with friends, you can work together, or you can fight other people who build your land. And yes, you can actually take control of these different nuclear stations, and if you want to, you can just start Fallout all over again and just launch a nuclear missile in the air, blow up somebody's dog. I don't know. But oh yeah, that was so interesting to see, and I liked how the game had different ideas on how you interact with the world and how you interact with other people. And so yeah, that was very interesting to see. It comes out November 14th. To pretty much everything except Switch. Pretty much PC. I know Xbox One. I believe Xbox One, PS4, the main consoles and stuff. So awesome stuff. We saw that out. They also announced there's a beta. I forgot the acronym that they made for beta, but break it. Something testing. Oh crap! I almost had it, but I know it starts with break it. I remembered the breaking part. They also announced the special edition, which comes with a map, which glows in the dark, some figures so you can actually plan your stuff out, and it comes with the helmet of the Fallout vault tech suits, which is really freaking cool. I probably won't get it because I am not. I don't know. Some collector's editions, it depends, but I don't think I'm gonna. And maybe my cousins will get it. Maybe one of my cousins are crazy enough to get it, but I'm probably not going to. So yeah, that was pretty much all of Fallout 76's stuff. I love the little animations they did because I love the Vault Boy animations. Those are freaking hilarious. But that was not the only Fallout news. They also announced Fallout Shelter is coming to PlayStation 4 and once again Nintendo Switch. I'm holding it upside down. Holding this upside down. It's coming to this, and it is going to be available right now. I was shocked when they even said Todd Howard, by the way, Todd Howard is such a nice guy. The Todd Howard is so cool. I think that was so much fun. But yeah, Fallout Shelters is coming to consoles, specifically the PS4 and Switch. They didn't say Xbox, unless it's already on Xbox and I forgot. But yeah, it's coming. It's available now. He did say it's available now, so you could go on your Switch or PS4 and get it right now. And it is still free, which blew my mind. Awesome. They also announced after that, they announced Elderscrolls Blades. Now, this is pretty much the entire world. This is pretty much like a normal Elder Scrolls game. You play it like a normal Elder Scrolls, completely first person, but it's all on your mobile device. Well, he said it starts on the mobile device, but he plans to, and there are plans to expand it to pretty much everything. He wants to be available on everything. Everything can get this. Switch, like, first you start on with mobile, but then it's going to be on consoles, then computers, then VR, then the Alexa. I'll get to that after I talk about Elderscrolls Blades. Yeah, so it's going to be available for free. It comes out this fall, and of course you can pre-order it. And something I thought was interesting is that this is all via from your phone, but you can also you can play like, if you were to play like a game like this, you play sideways, like yay, playing a phone. But you can also play it portrait mode, or it's called meeting mode, which is really fun. You can just play like this one-handed. So I thought that was really interesting. I thought that was very kind of innovative thinking of Elder Scrolls, because I've seen how Skyrim and how Morrowind and how those games play, and I thought, oh, that is really cool how they're making it accessible to phones. And before I talk about the last two, I want to bring up how he had this video with Keegan-Michael Key, and he was basically announcing the very special edition of Skyrim in which you can play it on Alexa. And that was just hilarious. You're playing Skyrim on Alexa or your Samsung smart refrigerator. Your Samsung smart refrigerator or Alexa, or I forgot the other one. I forgot the other two. And that was so funny. But yeah, you played Skyrim on everything. I love that. I love they did that. And I almost want that in real life, but I know that's not possible. But again, I love this conference because they tell a lot of really great jokes. This was a lot of fun. They having genuine funniness. It was genuinely funny. It was genuinely enjoyable. Devolver. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then, of course, we got the two final announcements. 2 teasers for 2 different games coming off who knows when. First up was Starfield, which was rumored. And, of course, finally, Elder Scrolls 6. Both of those games have the same things in common. It was the Bethesda logo, a shot of a beautiful backdrop, and the title. And that's it. Those were really cool. I thought it was interesting, but it was just exactly what I said. So it is a tad lacking in that category. But that was Bethesda's conference. Great. That was a good conference day. It was still sturdy. There were some I think the only real hiccup was really the ending, when they showed these 2 games, which, I mean, they were really big, heavy ton announcements, and it's great to know that these games are in development, but it was still just a logo with a fancy backdrop. And even last year when they showed off Metroid Prime 4, I'm like, okay, that's cool, but even now I think that it's a logo and fancy backdrop, and that's it. Yeah. But still, I thought they had a really decent showing, and I think they definitely learned from last year. It wasn't just this video filled with some sprinkles of announcements, and there was pretty decently sized announcements. It was hefty announcements, and it was just fun. It was just a lot of fun this year. They had fun with themselves, and that's ultimately what I loved about this. Like, the developers having fun with it, the people were having fun with it. Todd Howard and freaking Pete Hines and all the developers who came out just had so much fun talking about the games. And yeah, so far a decent conference. Definitely at lowest probably be a B plus for me. Grading them. I definitely think I gotta think about it more, see how much it's gonna change. But overall, I think it's definitely a solid B plus. Yeah. So that was Bethesda's. Tune in next time when I'm talking about Ubisoft and Sony, maybe Square Enix. I don't know about Square. I probably will, but also I will say if I do Square Enix, it's gonna be out of order because tomorrow I'm gonna be a little away because I'm not going to make it live, so I'm probably gonna have to make it in between. I don't know, but that's it. Thank you guys for watching. There will always be more where this came from. See ya tomorrow for Ubisoft. Catch you guys next time.